I know quite well, who films this show for us, and who's an amazing personality in the world. Big personality in Toronto, in Canada, but also in the world. He has many identities, and he's going to perform for you a little bit. He says it's the first time he's ever performed like this in public. So he's going to perform something, and then I'm going to talk to him. Will you please welcome with some applause, Mr. Ryan Russell.
You know, I'll tell y'all something. I was pretty sure I was going second, so I was quite settled in back there. But I'm always ready. You know, this is exciting. Who here, by a show of applause, who here knows what poppers are? Oh, that's pretty good. That's good. Who here likes poppers? Okay, that's good. Mandy Goodhandy did not applause when I asked who knows what poppers are, and I'm pretty sure she knows what poppers are. Just for the record.
I'll ask her.
Yeah, ask her. You know, because it matters.
Ask if she knows where to get good poppers, because they're hard to
Oh,
find.
I can
It's a whole
tell
different
that. I'll
world.
play that my next monologue. Go ahead.
I'm not bragging, but I did a lot of fucking research for this. So that's what inspired it. This I don't want to spoil the punchline, but 90% of this poem is actual brands of poppers. Yeah. So here we go. I gotta find it. Oh, there we go. We can do it like this. Okay, the poem, which is the first time I've ever performed a poem in front of people on the internet since anything, right? It's called Deciding Factors. Here we go. Amylbutyl cyclohexyl. Take a hit or dip a camel. Let us go then take a trip. A proper popper nitrite slip. The locker room and bleachers London. Pop some English or some gate, then pour the Scottish Glenbergie 98 into Brazil top and tight. Here we go with Crypt tonight. Then Taiwan blue and Berlin hard, and Amsterdam and Ibiza's far. Everest an icy climb, USA then labyrinth time. Get some boy or buy some fag, huff it deep and use a rag. Cowboy black and Mr. S. Daddy's got a hairy chest. Sissy, slave, a slut, a snake. That bad bitch Faust, his dumb bitch Juice. Blue boy's got a golden cock, an iron horse hard as rock. And the Dominator on his green monster. Pirate pigs, black pigs. In that cum dumpster. Pup Juice X and Triple X, Bader, Jackass, Leatherette, Leather Eagles, Lolito, Ram, Rim Black Tigers, Tiger Eye, damn. Pangolin's Huff and Toro's Snuff, Twisted Beasts and Black Labels, Gold and Gay Boy Advanced Original, Mojito Madness, Banana Blast, Berry Blitzkrieg up my ass, Forbidden Fruit in Peppermint, Pride Watermelon sparks my flint. Apple and grape give orange zest that makes me gape. Lejeune and juiced with real gold flakes. Jungle juice in black and red, Extreme and Plus, get gold, get max, or get a rush with eucalyptus, breakfast kicks, and pumpkin spice into the mix. XXX rainbow, platinum gold, red, black, blue, and emerald. Amber rose and super black, double rainbow takes me back. Liquid Excel comes in gold, potent blue and blackout bold. Pink passion, white gold, sapphire. Then reds, this comes in extra strength for cluster migraines of the taint. With added power, mega pellets, witch brown bottle. Snap it, smell it. Amyl long and amyl night, deviate, it goes in right. You want a fist or try fist hard? Iron fist, its own reward. Hit the jackpot, crown the king, your kink ID and mustache thing. Flag and fuck me, brutal bad, bold extreme, atomic fad. BPM and Hypnomax, man send, brave, trip, sniff north. Meta Amyl and hard-on pride, red rum royale to clean his hide. Passion Adler, brain drain max, premium, aqua, formula, facts. C4's a blast, real bang for buck. But don't forget there's Novichok. Hardware oink and mutiny, then deja vu, the dirty 30. Hellfire and holy water, it burns, it burns. A radical rush when taking turns. Orgasmic orgy, real Rochefort. Trinitro Supra, Sub-Zero Storm. Spunk Power Pellet, the private club. Regulation, cosmic pop. Mansent is made for mystic moments. Squeeze Quicksilver for extra power. Never fake it with added pop. Extra strong and heavy duty. So when you've got a tight-ass screamer, be prepared with solvent cleaner. Sleep in peace and know completely that you've got the cleanest video heads in the city.
want to understand that complex poems that you didn't explain, because some people might not even know what the poppers is.
Yeah, I mean.
So explain, the viewers, the people here know, but maybe the viewers, the thousands of people who'll be watching this on YouTube, what is the poppers?
So I call them conversational poppers, because over all these years, as much as I like to get fucked, I'd rather have a conversation with people on poppers, because the most.
I know you're always doing that with me. We're always standing talking and say, want some poppers now?
Well, I'll tell you why. Extremely boring people, fascinating when you're hopped up on poppers. Extremely interesting people, amazing when you're hopped up on poppers. Like, you can sit through the longest fucking diatribe, so that's why I love them, to be perfectly honest. But if you're fucking, not so bad. As the world's happiest
what
dog.
are they? You didn't still say what
I
they
did.
are.
So there's amyl nitrate, there's butyl nitrate, and then there's cyclohexyl nitrate. But there's also like isopropyl nitrates, but they're all per a category called nitrates. And what they do is they're called vasodilators. So they basically make all of your vesicles.
Orifices.
Your vesicles will expand.
And orifices.
Yeah, and so your blood, well, that's what happens because the vesicles expand, blood rushes to them. And so when they expand, you relax. Your eyes, you'll notice, will become red.
I don't want to
get
know
a flush
that.
in your face.
Oh,
you might notice a flush in your chest because
Okay.
all of your vessels have expanded suddenly and blood rushes to fill it.
Oh, but we want our vessels to expand, it seems to me.
It's true,
But
because
it's interesting
It
because...
feels like getting fucked in the jungle. So I do poppers when I'm getting fucked, and I rarely, like constantly get fucked. And when I do, and I hit the poppers, rarely interject, boy, it's like I'm in the jungle all of a sudden. I don't know what jungle, it's late at night, and like everything changes, and I'm suddenly getting fucked in the jungle.
And do explain is that what's interesting about them, I'm just going to be very technical, is that they don't last very long.
No,
like
it's
I'm
like
sure
3
they
minutes.
kill you, like
Yeah.
everything else kills you. They kill you slightly faster maybe than cigarettes, but certainly a lot slower than heroin, like any drug. But when it comes to the actual experience of the poppers, it lasts for, I don't know,
3
I can't
minutes,
remember,
3
but a
minutes.
couple of minutes. So that I find very interesting.
Yeah.
'cause the game
Unless
is-
you put it in a sock and put that in your mouth.
Oh,
You can
my
really
God.
drag it out.
Oh my God, that's great. But we've all had the experience of the broken popper bottle.
Yeah, that's the best worst.
Like,
problem to have
I've
in
been
a
like
small
in the
apartment.
bathhouse or something, and suddenly the popper
It's like
bottle breaks,
summertime.
and suddenly the whole room is filled with popper.
Everybody's having a
Anyway,
nice
but
day.
I find it interesting that what the gay man likes is they likes to have this drug that lasts for a very short time, and it
So
expands
predictable.
all your vessels. And it's but it also just makes you relax, very relaxed.
It's very
for a very short time because you're just off somewhere else. So it's pretty fascinating. And
Can I tell you my favorite question
Go ahead.
from straight people when
Yeah.
I tell them about poppers?
Mhm.
They go, "What happens if you drink it?" And I go, "It'll fucking kill you. Like if you drink Clorox, it will
Yeah.
fucking kill you."
Yeah.
This isn't just meant for huffing, and maybe Clorox is too, but
yeah, it's a little. When I'm trying to get myself to stop doing them, I do remind myself that it's kind of like going under the sink
Yeah.
and looking for what products are there. But then on the other hand, it's so much fun. So
it's so much fun, guys. Try poppers. Don't drink poppers.
It's so fun. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that, and but it's very funny because I'll say it to some straight people, like the boring ones, not you guys, and I'll say poppers, and they'll go, "What is the poppers?" And I have to explain the whole experience. It's always it's kind of what separates the men from the boys, metaphorically speaking. So. This is, before you sitting here, is a porn star of great magnitude, a famous porn star. Like, I remember I told Ryan this, it was very embarrassing, since I was, jerking off to the porn, as we do sometimes. And then I come across what? I come across Ryan, and I go, I don't know how I feel about this. Well, whatever, we'll just go ahead. But it's like, there he is, so he's out there. If you're watching your porn, you might come across him by accident. Aren't you?
Yeah, even when I'm watching porn myself, like, to pass the time, the worst is sometimes it's super cut, and it'll be like this close-up of this guy getting fucked, and then it pans back eventually. I'm really close to maybe being done at this point, and it's me. Doesn't
So
spoil
you
it, though.
found
I
yourself
finish.
accidentally jerking off to yourself.
There was one, I can't even tell you the search that came up that was listed for this video was so offensive.
What do you mean?
I clicked it. Apparently, I clicked it. It was pretty. Anyway.
Oh, I see what you got into to get.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like
going to the porn.
It's like fucking the sheep or something, but it ended up
much
with
worse.
you.
Much worse than fucking sheep.
But when did you first start doing some pornography? Being a porn person?
So in 2006, it's been a long fucking time.
Wow, 2006.
We're shooting this in 2007, right?
What are you talking
Because then
about?
I could be 27.
Oh, okay. But I mean, because I feel like the first time I met you was when you walked up to me in Sabat's house and you said, I'm Ryan Russell. And you said, no, you said this to, let's say you said it to me. But you walked up to me and you said nice things to me. And then you said, I would like to act. I would like to be a performer. Someday, and I'd like to do stuff. And then, of course, eventually, GIlbert, I heard, cast you in a play.
Last year, we
because
did
you're
Inside
very
around this time of year.
inside. It was called, and you were very successful in that. But so that's how I met you there. It must have been sometime after that. And so you were not a kid.
No, so I was 26. I was 26 in 2006, and I was lucky. TitanMen.com, they were sort of like the Playboy of gay porn. They reached out to me on the internet through like a hookup website, and that because it's like if you do Playboy, you get to have a lot of credibility going into a lot of things. People let you do a lot of stuff, and so I made the most of it, and I think it's a fun industry, but I was one of the last porn stars that you really could have like. At that point, the fucking contracts stop. They don't have like you sign on to work with the studio.com for a year and we're gonna pay you $100,000. You know,
because it's more like the amateur porn and the
they pay you for a scene or whatever. OnlyFans, things like that.
Yeah, it's the OnlyFans, but those OnlyFans porns are so professional.
Yeah,
like,
you can do a lot. There's a lot of amazing things. Technology's come along.
I guess anybody in their bedroom, I see these two guys, they're very hot in the OnlyFans and they've got all these great angles and it's all well edited and I don't know, I guess everybody knows how to edit their porn now. Like that's just something you don't learn in school, but I guess we learn
I think they do now. I think they do.
Very interesting. But what I find is, okay, so here we go. So there's the movie, what's that movie with, oh God, here I go. With the guy with the big dick with the guy Boogie Nights. So there we see in Boogie Nights. Thank you, my old brain. There we see in Boogie Nights. We see the tragic story, right? They go through this thing. It's always tragic, right? So you see this thing where at the end of it, he's like, they're all doing drugs and they're shooting everybody. So I mean, that hasn't been what has happened to you, and I don't think it's going to happen to you. So I think it's interesting that you have had a very successful, happy, and you continue to have. I've never met quite a happier person than this porn star here. So you managed. How does that happen?
The trick with porn is just to outlive everybody. That's how you become the most famous gay porn star on the planet, because literally all of the people or even just outperform them. You know, and like. When I turn 50, absolutely, 20 years from then, I know I can't do this forever. When I turn 50, I've got to deal with myself. In 20 years, I'll reevaluate and maybe stop.
Oh, I see.
So I've got an exit plan. I'm 42 now. 44 now. Shit. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. But so you're giving yourself a point at which you will stop.
Yeah, around 75.
Now, is porn a good thing? Is pornography good? Is it like, how do we,
I mean, it's like...
Because people say, oh my God, he's a porn star, that's evil, porn is evil, it's corrupting children, whatever what people go through. So what do you think?
I mean, it is evil. Like, it attracts a lot of vermin. Listen, can I answer that question with a question?
Yes.
Okay. So... when you're watching porn, it's always I never watch straight porn. I assume this is true in straight porn, but the receptive partner, the one that's getting fucked, they're laid back. Like, I think they're having a nice time, but like there's tears streaming down their face. And porn tries its best to be inventive. You think you're going to see new things. And I was just thinking, like, let's twist it. Why isn't the top crying? Like, wouldn't the person that's fucking, wouldn't that be a hot scene? Like, just something new, just a new twist where it's like, you're just looking at this guy. And then the bottom's just like, yeah, fuck me, break your dick off. Like, I think that's the scene I want to see.
Well, it's very interesting you should say that, because first of all, I have met some tops who cry.
Yeah.
But the tops that cries that I met, this is going to sound so gender specific, but they were lesbians. Now, first of all, it's important to remember, that lesbians are tops. Not always,
Absolutely.
but there's got to be some tops because there's got to be. It's just the way it works. Even with the lesbians, you know. I met this lesbian. Anyway, I'll tell you about that another time. But I met some lesbian last night. Was talking about how lesbians are all into nesting and stuff, and I thought, well, some of them nest, some of them are tops, and some of them are bottoms. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I'm just saying that I know some top lesbians who cry, but it's very interesting because I think you're right that we sort of see that image. The other thing is that this top lesbian I knew who cried, she once said to me, she explained to me that I was a bottom, right? And she said,
"Is that new information?"
I was a very confused 38-year-old. Let me tell you, I was very old and still confused because I came out so late. Anyway, so she said to me, "You're bottom, you're pervert, you're bottom." She was very sweet to tell me that. And she said, when you, how do you figure out when you're bottom? And she said, you know you're bottom if who do you want to plan the sex? She said, if you're getting together and there's whips or there's whatever there is, do you want to plan? I said, no, I don't want to. I don't want to just give myself up. So, well, then you're bottom. And then she said, you can be a bottom, but you have to tell people, but don't tell people, a lot of people you're bottom. Here I am telling on YouTube. Don't tell a lot of people that you're a bottom because they will make you stand at the end of the line at the movie. I thought that was very
That's practical.
What was that whole thing? Well, it is very practical advice, but it was like this confusion because, you know, I know Ryan and I know, I don't know, would you describe yourself as a bottom sexually?
Truthfully, like, variety is the spice of life.
Well, there you go. But you're flexible like the whole world, versatile like the whole world. So do you consider yourself a sex trade worker? That's my next question. I've not ever met anyone who is proud of being being a sex trade worker as you're comfortable as being a porn star. Is that what you call yourself, or is that a different thing?
I would, like, if it comes to it, I would be like porn star Ryan Russell. But, like, I think that it might sound prideful, but it's the opposite. Like, it's just that I'm so engaged with everything I do. Like, whatever I'm doing, I'm just very enthusiastic. So, and porn is still on that list. Like, I don't know anybody that's still doing this 18 years into it, like an insane person, you know, with like almost 1,000 videos. It's stupid to still be doing it at this point, but I fucking love it. It's so much fun. So it makes it easy to be enthusiastic. And I think, like, if I lose that ability to convey a really positive attitude for myself, like, because if I'm not into it, then I'm not going to be that guy. But if I lose the ability to be that, then I'm sure I'll be out of porn for a long time, or sex work even at a vague level. But it's a lot of fun. I think it's fun to be sexy at every appropriate age. And frankly, the older you get, the more fun it is, because it becomes campy. Stuff gets campy, and it's still kind of hot and campy. Those two things, just like tragedy and happiness and comedy, can live in the same place. So can like sexiness.
Well, I don't have any time for all the old faggots who wander around going, oh, nobody wants me.
Yeah,
I'm old now. These guys
usually
usually started to think they were old when they were like 40 or something.
Or
and then
20.
they ignored all those boys looking for daddy. Like daddy, daddy, daddy. Like suddenly everybody's coming around going, daddy, daddy. And at first it's always shocking when the boy calls you daddy, and then you go, okay.
I've gotten over it.
Yeah. One has to get over that whole daddy thing.
Fuck daddy. Fuck daddy.
Fuck daddy right now. I believe that all consensual sex is love. Do you believe that?
First of all, I am the most consensual-oriented person you'll ever meet. Like, I ask before I open the door for somebody. Mm-hmm. I'm very consent-oriented, and I think that, you know, age of consent, all these things are critical. After that, I'm with Kinsey. I think the only unnatural sex is that which cannot be performed. That to me resonates, and so whether it's love or like you've had a hate fuck. I'm sure a hate fuck, like even before noon today, probably.
Well, I've had ugly fucks. I can
ugly fucks, exactly.
But I don't know if I've ever actually had sex with someone who I actually hated or was angry with.
Fantastic, yeah, fan-fucking-tastic. Strongly work. Do that before the next birthday for sure. Put it on the bucket list.
Gets a lot out.
Oh, get a fucking hate fucking. It's fantastic. And there's no way you're gonna love that person at the end of it. But and that's just one extreme compared to the love. But I think that's an important part of nice sex. But as long as you can do it and everybody's like, what you're getting from it is great, that's great.
And I want to know what you're doing now.
Oh, so
What's your
generally,
next project? What are your next projects? What are you excited about that you're doing? Because I know he's very excited, as you can see, about everything. Go
very
ahead.
enthusiastic. The one thing that's really fun about being around wrestlers is I get to do a lot of things that I love the most. And right now, typically, like I've got events and stuff like that, but I'm releasing a whole bunch of new gear. We've got hats, we've got dog tags, we've
He's
got
wearing a hat.
fetish gear
Explain
coming
the
out.
pussy.
Oh, pussy. That's boy pussy. That's boy pussy. So
Boy
you wear
pussy,
around in
pussy.
civilized life.
He's a pussy.
Yeah. Total boy
We
pussy.
can all be pussies.
Yeah, no, but there's not age restricted. So shit like that I really love, and I love like an aggressive. Look at this shirt.
So it says, I can't, I'm blind. Frogiagine. What does that mean?
Frogiagine.
I'm Mediterranean, but I still don't know. What is
So of the past 3 weeks that we've been living in the world, the Pope couldn't stop himself from saying Frogiagine, which means little faggot. And I think this makes me look classy, like even with the dick at the end of the rosary. I think it makes me look very classy. So, but it does say little faggot. If I put little faggot on a shirt, that's
when he was
just
talking about
he can't
us, he
stop
said
himself.
Frogiagine.
I know, and he's that Pope that everybody thinks is very
Wow.
pro-gay, but
Too faggy.
I didn't know.
Frogiagine, little faggot. I think it's great. You're a little faggot. You're a little faggot.
Why? I wonder why we're little. I wonder why the Pope thinks we're
It's so
little.
tiny. It's so small. Oh God, it's tiny. Yeah, that's what I don't know what his mind goes to, but apparently it's like worse than faggot in Italian, and he can't stop himself from saying he apologized.
And he was so open-minded at first,
Yeah.
and he was all about the working class
That's a hard job.
peoples,
You
and all
gotta
about
please
the
people.
poor people.
You gotta please people. I think by using words like this, I'm not apologizing for him. I don't think it's great.
Yeah.
But actually, he's appealing to people
Yes.
that think that he's too faggy. He's too gay.
Yes,
He's like,
that's
yeah, I know you
exactly
use
what
words like
happened.
little faggot. We should probably try our best not to. I don't know what the whole sentence was, but I feel like that's a sentiment.
It's
Because
re-
overall, he's done more good than most of for gays.
It's
than
really
for-
quite a shame. Now, when we're drinking the other night, as we do now and then, you mentioned something about straight people being boring. So do you have anything to say about that? Because you said that you thought that they were.
Listen, I wrote a whole poem about poppers, and that's how I deal with straight people. You know, this is a terrible story. I was at a bathhouse in the city hosting an event, having a great night. This guy made a point to come over and talk to me. We're bullshitting around, and I said to him, you know, I'll tell you, I'm hitting poppers. And I said the whole same thing, like, this is why I like poppers, especially for chatting with people, but especially straight people. He's like, what do you mean? I go, pretty much no time of the day for straight people. And he was like, why? I think you're just being flipped. This was another homosexual
Another
Pride
gay man.
Month. Pride Month. And he's lecturing me. And I'm like, it's okay not to like need to be around everybody. And like, I love being around gays. They're loopy, they're campy, straight people. They can try to be campy, and they're lovely. They serve a real good purpose. The good thing is they have children. Eventually their children turn old enough to fuck, and it's great. Like,
That's true.
You know, one day I'll be, 70 and I'll want to fuck some 25-year-old. If they don't keep doing this, I'm never going to get a 25-year-old.
But it's very true that there can be redemption for the straight people.
No, they're
like they can be changed, they can be turned around. I mean, they have that thing for the fags where they go and they get like changed into straight people. Well, we should have a thing like that for straight people. They teach them how to be fags. That would be so in
much
fags
easier.
and dykes and everything, then the bis and the trans and everything. You just teach them how to be that, and their lives will be so much more interesting.
You know what though? I do like the ally. I don't love to
The who?
disagree with the ally. I don't love to disagree with Spitzy, and I got very less time than most people for straight people.
Hey,
I don't love the word, but I like the person that ascribes to
Well,
it.
I talked about
That's
this
kinda
with
awesome.
somebody the other day, and he said the only problem is that it gives cred. This woman
Yes.
used the word cred. I like that word. It gives cred to people who maybe are just, whatever. They go,
I agree
oh,
with
I'm
that.
ally. I get credit for that. That's the only problem that I have with it.
But who wants to be associated with gay people? We're disgusting.
Yes, I know that, but it's weird because nowadays it's so weird. For some people, it's like some weird badge of honor, but if you live in Tennessee, they want to burn us at the stake. So it's very, very weird the way
Let's
things
go
are
to
changing.
Tennessee and get
I'm afraid I'm going to have to move on to have a little break and then move on to Mandy Goodhandy, who's coming. So I want to say goodbye to you. Will you please clap for this person, Ryan Russell, who is out and a porn star and